Aloha, how you doing? Guys, it's 2020 and I want to talk to men. I've been getting a lot of men reaching out to me saying, Mrs. Chiwako, I've done wrong. I've betrayed my wife. I've stepped out of my marriage. I have cheated. And, it's the worst thing ever. I've realized that I was wrong. I've come running home and I am so sorry. I've apologized to my wife. I've done everything that I feel like I can do, but she just does not trust me anymore. Like she is still so insecure, and I don't know what to do to rebuild my marriage. Like I'm at a loss. My wife has forgiven me. She's told me she's forgiven me. I know that she forgives me, but I cannot get her to trust me again. So I'm doing this video for you guys. I'm going to help you understand what is going on, why your wife feels like she has forgiven you and can forgive you, but is struggling to trust you again and is struggling to become secure with you. Now, I am qualified to speak about this because I have been there. My husband and I were in this very same place where infidelity had taken place, and I was certain that I'd forgiven and I could do that bit, but the trust, that was a whole different issue. And so I was in a very insecure place for a long time. And my husband had to be very, very proactive, active and proactive, with a lot of understanding and a lot of patience to get us to the point where we are today, where there is complete trust and understanding. I am so secure in myself and in my marriage and in the love that we share. So first of all, let me let you guys know that just because it's been broken doesn't mean it cannot be, I'm not even going to say fixed, I'm going to say restored, even beyond restored, brand new. It can be brand new. I need you guys to know this. I need you guys to really hold on to it. I need you guys to believe it. Just because you're struggling in your marriage now, just because you've stepped out and you've made this very poor choice, doesn't mean that your marriage is always going to be a mess. It doesn't mean that it's over. You can heal. Your marriage can be restored. In fact, it can be like mine and be better than it ever was. Better than it ever was. But let me help you understand, first of all, the difference between forgiveness and trust, which I have done in my other videos. But men, I really do need you to understand this. Just because your wife said that she has forgiven you, it does not mean that she trusts you. It does not mean that she trusts you. And let me give you the difference between the two. I always use this analogy. If I've got a dog, my neighbor actually, sorry, has a dog. And, every time I'm going to work and I'm walking to the car, the dog has been fine with me. He's very friendly with me. I trust that dog. I have no problems with that dog. That dog has never given me any reasons not to trust him. Then one day he loses his mind and decides to bite me. After I've gotten over the pain, I'll forgive. I'll be like, okay, I forgive this dog. I know that this dog isn't a terrible dog. Don't know what happened to him on that day, but, I'm going to forgive him for this action. However, every day that I step out of my house from that point on, I am going to be walking on eggshells. I'm going to be looking out for the dog. I'm scared that this dog might just lose it again. I'm scared that this dog might just switch on me again and bite me. It is going to take me some time, a long time, before I'm able to walk down my pathway feeling secure again. Now, it is the job of the dog. It is the job of the dog to teach me that I can trust them again. It's their job. It's not my job to teach myself or force myself to trust again. It is the dog's job to teach me, because trust is built by what? Built by experience. That's how trust is built. especially when it's been broken. We may learn to trust something from the words of other people, but once that trust has been broken, it's going to be through experience. Now, hold on to that word, experience, re-educating the person that actually I am trustworthy. Because here's what's happened. They have believed, they've used faith. They've believed that you're trustworthy, and then you have shown them that actually you can hurt them. Actually, there is a risk of being disappointed. Actually, there is a risk of being heartbroken with this person. Now you've got to re-educate them. Now you've got to re-educate them and tell them, look, I am not that person. I am trustworthy. You can rely on me. Now your words, let me say this to you, man, because a lot of you guys will say, I've told her, I promised her, I reassured her that it will never happen again. Listen, it's not about your words. Telling you from someone that's been there. I'm telling you from somebody that is coaching a number of women and a number of couples on how to get over infidelity. It's not going to be your words that rebuilds this trust. It is going to be your everyday actions, every single day actions. And listen, not just actions in terms of, oh, well, I don't go out and cheat anymore. No, because when somebody's trust is destroyed, it's destroyed on all levels. So now on all levels, you have to show yourself to be trustworthy. It is an action. It is an action, and it's something that you have to be diligent and committed to doing. Listen, you created the monster because now you're saying, you know, she's always angry. She's always upset. She tries to cage me. You know, she's always phoning me, asking where I'm going. Well, you know, you've created the monster. Now when I'm walking past the dog, I'm jumping. I don't want to go near him. I don't want to stroke him. If he looks at me, I react. You created the monster. So now, to want to create the monster, you're going to have to put in some work. Your wife's responsibility is to, number one, forgive. The other responsibility is to, number two, give you the opportunity and the space to teach her that she can trust you again. But bro, you're going to have to put in some work to rebuild that trust. How do you do this? You stay true to your word. Be a man of your word. If you say you're going to be somewhere, be there. If you say you're going to do something, do it. If you say you're not going to do something, don't do it. Because she is now going to be watching your every single move. And if you lie to her or you deceive her on any small other areas, it's just going to take her back to the big deceit that happened. Any small thing will take her back to the big deceit. So you need to be showing her that, look, I am trustworthy with experience. She'll check your phone. But when she checks your phone now, she'll see nothing. You will go out and she will call you 1,000 times. But when she calls you 1,000 times, you're open and honest and you're saying, hey, babe, don't worry about it. This is where I am. And I'm fine with you calling. It's all right. If you need reassuring, I am here. You're not defensive. You're not allowing your pride to step in. Why are you calling me every minute? You know why she's calling you every minute. She's calling you every minute because she's insecure. Why is she insecure? Because you taught her that her usual safe place isn't her safe place anymore. So you humble yourself. You be accountable. You look for opportunities. You look for opportunities to show her that you are trustworthy. And you also give her time to get over the pain. So if it means that, you know, for the next few months, you're not going out with your boys all the time. If it means for the next few months, you're skipping on those parties. If it means for the next few months, you're coming straight home after work. You're putting in the work. You have, and it's necessary. So people try and skip this, and they just want to get from broken to healed overnight and find that few years later, this is still biting them in the backside. If you're looking to heal your marriage, you're going to have to go through this work. And the sooner you get to the stage where you're saying, look, I am prepared to do what it takes to heal my marriage, you will find that actually you can move through this process quite quickly and get to the stage where you are enjoying your marriage again, and your marriage is opening doors for you again and being a place of favor and grace and love and enjoyment for you again. So let me just let you know what's really going on with your wife right now. As I said before, you're no longer her safe place. There was a time when she got married to you, wanting to be able to rest her head on your shoulders and be safe. She gave you her heart and said, take care of it. And remember what I tell you, men, women are all emotions. So she allowed you access to her deepest emotions. Because when you got married, you reassured her that you would stand for her, you would love her, you would protect her, you would cover her, that there would be nobody else but loving only her. You made that oath before God and before man, and she believed you. So she went into this marriage, and every time she put her head on your chest, she believed she was in a completely safe place. You've taken that safe place away from her. So this is why she's acting the way that she is. Let me be clear right now. I am not doing this video as a pointing fingers and you were such a terrible person. No, what I'm doing this video is to try and help you to understand where your wife is at, understand why she's struggling to trust you again and why she's feeling insecure. And when you understand why, it will help you to come up with ways in terms of how to handle her in this stage and how to support her in this stage, and more importantly, how to rebuild the trust. Remember, you don't have a relationship if there's no trust. So you're not her safe place anymore. So what you need to work out is, how do you become her safe place again? Okay, you at this moment represent the source of the greatest pain, one of the greatest pains that she's ever been through. When she looks at you, you represent that pain. So you need to work out how, when she looks at you, she can start to see something different. Let her remember why she married you. Let her remember the fun and the love and the security and the happiness, and, you know, pour out affection on her, so that every time she's looking at you, she's not just remembering that this is the man that caused me one of the greatest pains that I've experienced. And if you wasn't sure, that is what it feels like. One of the greatest pains. For some people, it is the greatest pain that they've ever been through. You know, so this is why you can't just say, well, you know, you've said that you've forgiven me, so why are you still asking me where I'm going? Well, I'm explaining to you now why she's still asking you where you're going, what time you're coming back. I can hear a woman's voice in the background. You know, that's why she's still acting that way. That's why she's still wanting to check your phone. And you're making the mistake of still keeping your phone locked, of having a password where that she doesn't have access to, and thinking that you're going to rebuild the trust. You know, come on, let's start to use our heads with this. So, you know, you at this moment represent her greatest pain. So you need to work out how you're going to stop being the image of hurt to her and start being the image of love. Like, this is where she runs to when she's in pain. Yeah, you're the person that she wants to run to when she's in pain. All right, you taught her that trusting you was dangerous. This is what you taught her. Remember that everything that every thought process that we have is based on what we've been taught. Yeah, what you believe of me or what I believe of you is based on what you've shown me thus far. And so thus far, you showed her that if she lets her guards down and allows you in, and opens up her emotions, that there is a huge possibility that you are going to hurt her. Huge possibility. And so now you've taught her that trusting you is dangerous. And I hear a lot of women say that, like, oh, you know, if I trust him again, my phone's going, if I trust him again, I'm at risk of being hurt again. So I'm keeping my defenses up. I'm keeping them up. So that's where she is right now. The other place that she is that she's in a place where she wants to protect and control. She wants to protect and control her life, her surroundings, her family. So what a woman will do is be like, whoa, especially when she's got children, I've got a future that I need to protect. So that's why she's on hyperdrive, calling you every minute. She wants to control you. Where are you going? No, don't go there. Stay. She wants to control it so that she doesn't put her family or herself at risk again. Do you understand? That's what a woman does. That's the nurture side of her, the protection side of her. That's why she's always there trying to protect you. She has that within her. So now you've shown her that her family, her little hope is at risk. And so she's on your case 24/7 because she has to protect her home. Now you have to show her that she doesn't have to be as protective when it comes to you. You have to show her that actually you are the security. She is secure within you because you're working at protecting your home together. Now, one of the things that you instantly need to do, aside from humbling yourself, aside from understanding where she is coming from, and this is critical, guys, really take note of the things that I'm telling you, of how she feels, why she's in this place that she's in, why she's responding to you with still so much anger and hurt and pain all the time. It's because of these things that I'm telling you. Now, so on top of humbling yourself, on top of understanding where she's coming from, you have to close the gaps. You've got to close the gaps of insecurity. You've got to close the gaps of insecurity. So, like I said before, your phone. Why would you still be very protective over your phone when you're trying to heal the relationship? Why are you still agreeing to everything? Everyone that calls you, yeah, I'm coming. I'll go, when you're still trying to heal the relationship. Why are there still certain people, women, who you are talking to, that you're saying, oh, these ones are still just friends, when you're trying to heal the relationship? Listen, close the gaps. Nobody can come in unless you open the doors. No, and you know, and this is one of the other things you got to do. You got to take responsibility and not be like, oh, because she was chasing me. Oh, this one was calling me. She called me. Oh, that one, she slid in my DMs. It is nobody else's fault, no responsibility but your own. So you need to close every gap. And listen, you need to be closing those gaps openly. So she sees that the gaps are closed. Babe, look, here's my phone. It's open. You have access to it whenever you want, however time you want, whatever you need to do it so that you can start to feel better. I have nothing more to hide. Babe, you see this person that I was having conversations with? I'm shutting it down. Look, cancel the block to gone. Babe, you see all my passwords for my Instagram, whatever. Look, let's set them up on your phone as well. So every message that comes in, you can see. So like, oh, well, that's my privacy. Well, you know, it was okay before, but now you've got to heal your marriage. Now you've got to heal your marriage. So do the work, do the necessary. Do the necessary. The good thing is that if you do the necessary, believe me when I say you can have an amazing marriage, better than before. Why do I say better than before? I say better than before because when people go through a storm and go through it correctly, that storm has a way of making them stronger. It's something that they say, we stood together. We chose each other. The storm was about to take us and we held on together. We drew closer together. That's how it makes your marriage better than before. That's how you build a bond where you're saying, we are never going to let anything destroy this again. That's when you start to say, wow, I really understand how much you mean to me, and I'm willing to put in the work, and you're both willing to put in the work. So guys, it's doable. So my wife has forgiven me, but is still insecure and doesn't trust me anymore. I've told you why, and I've given you some indications as to what you can do. Now, if you want to work more closely with me in terms of healing your marriage, I am offering a 90-day program where I work with couples right from the scratch, from day one to the end, where they are able to rebuild their marriage, rebuild the communication, rebuild the trust, rebuild the intimacy, and have a marriage that they never thought they could have. And I can say it because I've done it and I've seen it time and time and time again. And it's what excites me. So, men, don't give up. Don't let your ego, I know you've got it. Don't let your ego let you lose out on what potentially could be the greatest blessing of your life. This woman that you chose to marry and give your life to, don't let her go because your pride won't allow you to give her access to your phone. Your pride won't allow you to cut off certain people. Your pride won't allow you to allow her to have access to your social media. Your pride won't allow you to tell her where you're going and suck it up when she calls you a million times a day. She'll get over it. It'll back off soon if you do the necessary. Right, guys, there's a link in the comment. Click that if you want to book your breakthrough call with me and apply to go on to my 90-day transformational program. If you haven't already, do share this video and also hit the like button so that you can get notifications of all of my videos whenever I go live. Stay blessed.